What if the single biggest financial secret wasn't a secret at all? What if it was a playbook, sitting right out in the open, used for generations by the wealthy to build empires, while most of us are taught a completely different game? Think about it. You work hard, you save your money diligently, but you can't shake that feeling you're on a hamster wheel. The cost of everything keeps climbing, and that money you fought for feels like it's losing its power, its punch, year after year. It's a quiet panic most people feel but never talk about. This is the story of how you get off that wheel. But the most interesting part isn't just learning the secret, it's understanding why it's been kept from you and how you can use a simple, powerful tool to rewrite your own financial playbook. This isn't just about money, it's about taking back control. It's about building something real. So stay with me because we're about to break down the walls to a world that for too long has felt closed off. Let's start with a hard truth. Your savings account is a leaking bucket. That sounds dramatic, but it's a fact. The enemy is a silent thief called inflation. When inflation runs at 3%, the price of everything goes up. If your bank is paying you 1% interest, you haven't made 1%. You've lost 2% of your real-world buying power. You're working harder, but your money is getting weaker. This was my first unspoken masterclass in finance. Cash is guaranteed to lose value over time. It's the ultimate lesson in long-term thinking. You can't just watch your money sit there. You have to put it to work. You have to give it a job. But what if you could not only patch that hole, but turn the leak into a gusher pointed in the right direction? What if instead of just saving and consuming, you could become an owner? That is the promise we're talking about today. The promise of not just protecting your money, but turning it into an engine for real, lasting wealth. And that drive is about to lead us straight to the most powerful wealth-building tool in history. So what is this powerful asset? Is it some risky crypto coin? A complex real estate deal? No. It's much simpler and far more profound. The single most effective way for ordinary people to build extraordinary wealth is by owning a piece of the world's greatest businesses. I'm talking about the stock market. Now hold on. Before you click away thinking, that's gambling, or that's too complicated for me, I need you to forget everything you think you know. Forget the frantic traders on Wall Street, forget the scary headlines. That is not the world we are entering. The life-changing investment I'm talking about isn't about picking the next hot stock or trying to time the market. It's a proven passive strategy, owning a tiny piece of hundreds of the most successful companies on Earth, all at once, through one simple tool. This tool is the low-cost, broad-market, exchange-traded fund, or ETF. Think of it like this. Growing up on a farm, you learn you can't rush a harvest. You also learn not to bet the entire farm on one crop. An ETF is your financial harvest basket. An S&P 500 ETF, for instance, lets you buy one single thing that holds small pieces of the 500 largest companies in America. With one click, you're not just a customer of Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, you're an owner. You're investing in the engine of the global economy itself. This isn't gambling, it's a bet on human ingenuity. And historically, that has always been the winning playbook. Okay, so you get the what, investing in broad market ETFs. But why is this the key that unlocks the door? Let me break down the 5 core principles that make this strategy a true game changer. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. It's the process where your returns start earning their own returns. It's a trial by fire for your money that forges real wealth. Let's put it this way. You plant a tree. Every year it produces a seed. And you put that seed in a jar. After 30 years, you have 1 tree and 30 seeds. That's saving. Your friend plants a tree, but she takes the seed it produces and plants it. The next year, she has 2 trees, then 4, then 8. After 30 years, you have a tree and a jar of seeds. She has a forest. That is compounding. Let's put some numbers to it. Invest $500 a month. In a bank account, after 30 years, you'd have $180,000. Not bad. But if you invest that same $500 a month in the stock market, earning its historical average return, you wouldn't have $180,000. Thanks to the magic of compounding, you would have over $900,000. The vast majority of that isn't money you put in. It's wealth your money built for you. This isn't just a different number. It's a different life. As we said, inflation is the silent thief. Holding cash is like holding a melting ice cube. The only defense is owning assets that grow faster than inflation eats away at your savings. While the long-term target for inflation is around 2 to 3%, the stock market's historical average annual return has been closer to 10%. This means you're not just staying even, you're dramatically widening the gap in your favor. You're not just plugging the leak, you're building a system that fills the bucket faster than it could ever drain.
We all dream of passive income, but it's often misunderstood. It's not about some complex online business that's really a full-time job. True passive income comes from ownership. ETFs provide it in two powerful ways. First, appreciation. As the companies you own grow, your shares become more valuable. Your wealth grows while you live your life. Second, dividends. Many companies share their profits with you, the owner. When you own a broad market ETF, you get these payments from hundreds of companies. You can automatically reinvest those dividends to buy more shares, which then earn their own dividends. It's a compounding machine that over time can build a stream of income that can supplement or even replace your salary. 20 years ago, you needed an expensive broker and thousands of dollars to get started. That wall has been completely torn down by technology. Today, you can open a brokerage account online in minutes for free. Most platforms have zero fees to buy ETFs. And the most revolutionary part? Fractional shares. You don't need hundreds of dollars to buy a share anymore. You can buy a slice for as little as $1. The excuse of, "I don't have enough money," is gone. The only thing left is the decision to start. This is the most critical mindset shift. Every day you give your money to Apple, Amazon, and Google as a customer. When you buy an S&P 500 ETF, a piece of the profit from every iPhone, every delivery, every search flows back to you. You're no longer just funding the system, you are letting the system fund you. It's a profound shift. It's the moment you stop just being a pawn in the economy and start owning a piece of the board. Now, I want to hear from you. If this is starting to make sense, if you're feeling that spark, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're going to break down every part of this journey, and you have to be here for it. And let me know in the comments below, what's the number one thing holding you back from starting to invest? Is it fear, knowledge, or something else? I want to read every single comment. Theory is great, but it's time to build something real. This is your playbook. 5 simple steps you can take today to get in the game. Before you do anything, you need to know why you're building this, and get rich isn't an answer. What does freedom look like for you? Is it quitting the job you hate, traveling the world, retiring a decade early? Write it down, make it real. This isn't just a financial plan, it's a life plan. This why is the anchor that will keep you steady when the waters get choppy. This used to be the intimidating part. Now it's as easy as opening an email account. You need a brokerage account. Look for well-known, low-cost online brokers that offer commission-free trading. The process takes about 15 minutes online. You are officially breaking down the barrier to entry. Remember, we're not picking single stocks. We're buying the whole engine. For 99% of people starting out, the best move is a single broad market index fund ETF. The most famous is an S&P 500 ETF, with tickers like VOO or IVV. Another great choice is a total stock market ETF like VTI, which is even broader. Don't overthink it.
The goal is diversification and low cost. This choice is about betting on the entire market's long-term success. This is the most critical move. Don't rely on willpower. Set up an automatic recurring investment. Decide what you can invest, whether it's $50 a week or $500 a month, and automate the transfer from your bank and the purchase of your ETF. This is called dollar cost averaging. It takes emotion out of the equation and turns your investing into a system. You set it up once and your wealth building machine runs on autopilot. Your system is built. Your job now is the hardest part. Do nothing. Long-term investing is about patience. You have to understand cycles and respect the seasons. There will be bad years. The news will scream about crashes. You must resist the urge to panic. Riding out the downturns is the price you pay for the incredible long-term gains. Your goal isn't timing the market. It's time in the market. Trust the playbook, ignore the noise, and let compounding do its life-changing work. We've covered a lot. We've talked about how inflation is a silent thief, and how compounding is the most powerful force for building wealth. We've shown that the playbook for financial freedom isn't some guarded secret. It's about becoming an owner of the world's greatest businesses through simple, low-cost ETFs. And most importantly, you now have a 5-step plan to take action. Not next month, but today. The feeling of being stuck on a hamster wheel is a choice. The path to freedom isn't a lottery ticket. It's a proven process. It's about taking timeless principles and applying them. It's about rewriting your story from one of a consumer to one of an owner. Your future self is begging you to take this first step. Make today the day you start building. Your life will never be the same.